Good morning, everyone. I'm really pleased to be here this morning. So thank you, Regional Business Connect, for having me as today's guest on 10 at 10. My name is Louise Wakefield. I'm the CEO and founder of Lead Space, which is based in Goulburn in New South Wales Southern Tablelands. Lead Space was born earlier this year. It's been an opportunity to combine my planning and development background with my passion for building capacity in community leadership and regional economic development. Good morning, Russell. Great to be here. Thanks for having me today. So Lead Space isn't my first foray into business. I previously ran my own planning consultancy for a number of years, and my husband runs a successful small business in Goulburn, which has been running for about 7 years, and we just love the flexibility that it gives us as a family. So what is my preference for marketing your business and why? Well, my kids tell me that I'm not cool enough for TikTok, so I steer clear of that. But I am told that that is the place to be at the moment. The interesting thing about the marketing platforms is that different customer groups are located in different forums. So I'd probably say that Facebook is the most successful for Lead Space at this stage. And nothing beats building relationships with people and word of mouth marketing. What has been your biggest business disaster and how did you turn it around? Okay, there hasn't necessarily been a big dreadful event, but I think running my previous business without a strategy and personal clarity around my business goals meant that I was often working harder, not smarter, and spent far too much time in reaction mode and juggling competing priorities. There were times when everything just felt like it was urgent and important all at the same time. So that placed a lot of pressure on me and on staff as well, which never made me feel comfortable. I actually wound my business up after being offered an executive director role in local government. So the turnaround is that Lead Space has been established in a very different way. I spent the time doing all the foundation work first. I guess I'm older and wiser now, but I have a strong set of personal values and I've aligned my business strategy with those. I've clarified my long-term goals and how I want to scale my business, and this makes it so much easier for me to stay on track, and every day I can make decisions that move me one step closer to achieving goals and achieving my purpose. And I agree, Russell, planning is definitely key in what we do. What are your most important tools? I would say my portal, where clients access courses and coaching content. I'm really proud of the portal that I have established. And my other tool is my journal and my planner. I have a number of locations where I write things down, and when you write things down, they become real. So it's an amazing tool to revisit and reflect on our past notes, because I'm a big believer that we are our own best mentors. So they'd be my most important tools. What is my most prized business system? Well, tech is not my forte. So I will say that my business automation system is my most prized business system. I use a number of apps that work together to deliver my training and coaching services. Keeping me organised is necessary, and it ensures that I'm using my time more effectively and focused on what I do best, rather than trying to do the techie admin things in the background. So yeah, definitely love my ClickFunnels and schedulers and things like that. What is your preference running a small or large organisation? I really loved being a part of big organisations, but I think my preference is probably running a smaller business. I'm really energised by being with people, and there's such a collective sense of achievement and pride when your teams are kicking goals. But the challenge that I found with larger organisations or being in charge of larger teams is that it's really hard to give everyone the attention and support that they deserved and needed when I had multiple teams across a number of functional areas. So I like being able to work closely with people in a smaller organisation. Do I maintain my work-life balance? Well, I haven't always been the best at this, but I have significantly improved. I actually had a serious health scare last year, which caused a complete reset of my life, and in effect allowed me time to reflect on my priorities. They haven't really changed, but the amount of time and energy that I dedicate to them has definitely been adjusted. I think the reality of life is that life is up and down, so it's important that you approach your work and live in a flexible way. Some people prefer to call it work-life flow than balance, and I suppose that resonates with me a bit. You can't do it all of the time. That's been a big lesson for me. And there are so many factors out of our control that we waste time and effort worrying about. So these days I listen to my body more and I adjust my expectations on a daily basis. I have a routine that I generally stick to. So each week I try to reflect on the week just gone and mentally prepare for the week ahead, including what I need to do to make time to fill my cup and be a little bit more mindful and grateful as I go through the week. And I'm always looking for the opportunity to have a laugh. I think that keeps you sane. What is the most important thing to do when managing a team? Okay, I really think that leading by example is an important thing for a business or leader to do. Emulating the behaviour you ask of your team. It's really important that you undertake a bit of self-reflection on a regular basis and ask yourself, am I walking the talk? Am I doing what I'm asking my staff to do? And I think regularly asking for feedback and really listening to the people around you. It is amazing what you can learn about yourself and about them when you listen intently with more than just your ears. You need to listen with your eyes as well, and with your gut. You got to sort of follow what's going on around you and have that self-awareness and that empathy for other people. What is the most important piece of advice that you've received in running a successful business? Wow, okay, well there's so much great advice out there that it's sort of difficult to narrow it down to one thing, but I'd probably say that you are not your business. You might be very important in your business and very invested in it, but a business is far bigger than you, and it's really about other people. So business is not a solo gig. You have around you for advice, as a sounding board, or just to cheer you on when you're not feeling like you've got it all together. So I think that understanding that it's not just you, and also when you're starting out, there's these unrealistic expectations that you have to do it all at once and achieve it all at once. So it can be really hard to contain your excitement about a new venture, and it can be really disappointing to not have everything come together quickly, or when you don't become an overnight success. So I think it's really important to have a plan and to know what your big goals are, and that they are achieved by small incremental steps. Having a strategy, like Russell said, planning is key. Having a strategy about how you'll scale your business and achieve your goals is really the best way to stay motivated and keep believing in yourself and backing yourself as you go. Yeah, you just got to stay realistic about the expectations. Absolutely stretch yourself and go for those big goals, but know that you do it in small steps. Okay, well, that is my 10 questions at 10. I would really love to connect to you. I'd love hearing about regional success stories. And look, thanks again for having me. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Russell. Cheers.